Tennis is a battlefield of earned moments. A war of inches, sweat, and skill. It is a sport born on manicured lawns for the elite, yes, but over the decades, it has become one of the world's most unforgiving arenas of merit. There are no shortcuts, no wild dreams without wild dedication, no entrance without achievement, and no escape from the rankings that define you. You climb in tennis not with privilege, but with performance. From the backcourts of dusty academies to the brilliant grass of Wimbledon, every player earns their place. Every inch forward is carved with calluses. You qualify, you prove, you win, or you don't. Because in tennis, you are what your record says you are. Unless your name is Bill Ackman. Unless you're a billionaire hedge fund mogul with a dream and a checkbook. Then, apparently, the rules change. On a Wednesday that should have belonged to hard-working athletes clawing their way up the ATP Challenger ranks, the spotlight shifted towards something else. Something grotesque. Something performative. A man who has never felt the daily hunger of a journeyman tennis pro. A man who has never toiled in the anonymity of first-round qualifiers. A man who's never waited nervously for a wildcard call that might never come. Bill Ackman is not that man. And yet, there he was, taking the court at the Hall of Fame Open in Newport, Rhode Island. Not as a sponsor, not as a speaker, but as a player. A 59-year-old billionaire indulging his sports fantasy while pushing aside those who truly deserve that spot. What should be a proving ground for the next Carlos Alcaraz or Ons Jabeur has been temporarily turned into a circus of privilege. A playground for the rich. The ATP Challenger Tour is not a vanity stage. It's a brutal, underfunded, underappreciated grind. It is the place where dreams either blossom or die in silence. Where young men sleep on couches, hustle for coaching, and scrap for every point because their entire future depends on it. These players don't have safety nets. They don't have private jets or billion-dollar hedge funds waiting at home. They have rackets, blisters, and ambition. And they fight for the chance, not the guarantee, to play on courts like Newport's. But Bill Ackman didn't fight. He bought. He parachuted into a world he hasn't earned, under the glow of his name and fortune. And in doing so, he mocked the very spirit of tennis. He mocked the grind. He mocked the journeyman. He mocked the dreamers who gave up everything for a sliver of opportunity. Because the Hall of Fame Open isn't just a tournament. It's a gateway. It's a place where breakthrough moments happen, where wildcard entries are supposed to go to players on the verge, not on vacation. Every slot in a draw represents a dream. Every chance to compete means something, unless you reduce it to a novelty act. Imagine the 230th ranked player in the world, someone who's spent the year scraping by in Tunisia, Turkey, and Tijuana, getting bumped so that a billionaire with a racket and a fantasy can soak in applause. It's not just disrespectful, it's a betrayal. A betrayal of the system. A betrayal of the sacrifice. A betrayal of the sacred agreement that in tennis, you eat what you kill. Not what you purchase. And here's the truth, Bill Ackman will be fine. He'll play. He'll smile. He'll lose. He'll walk off the court into a world of luxury and access. But the players who were denied the spot he took, they won't be fine. They'll be one opportunity short. One chance further from their goals. One moment less to prove themselves on a stage that rarely opens. And to those who say this is harmless fun, a publicity stunt, a quirky one-off, understand this, to the players grinding their way through the challenger circuit, nothing about this is fun. This isn't a charity exhibition. It's not a pro-am. It's a real tournament with real consequences. Rankings are at stake. Futures are at stake. Reputations are at stake. And now, thanks to one man's indulgence, integrity is at stake. We can't let tennis become another playground for the privileged. We can't let money mock merit. Because once you allow access to be bought, you sell off the soul of the sport. Tennis has always been tough, but it has always been fair, at least, until now. Until Bill Ackman. Until Newport. Until a billionaire was allowed to step into a space that was never his, just because he could. So remember this moment. Remember who was displaced. Remember what was lost. And remember that for thousands of players worldwide, tennis is more than a game. It's everything. And no one should be